Little update. Turbine has produced 148 kilowatts in the last 22 days. Now, the other day, I ran that controller of that rectifier and then hooked another one up to run it into a second controller. What I found is that they see each other and they don't like it. Now, I did measure with the two controllers together. I had my output positive clamped off with my meter, and I measured 161.8 amps in total up to two controllers in the one turbine. But it doesn't seem to be very good. The controllers seem to be seeing each other, so that's making... I'm wanting to build a 10 kilowatt wind turbine, so I built this, and this is a 10 horse 3-phase motor, a 4-pole winding, and I machined out the center rotor and put 4 magnets in it that pull at 380 pounds apiece, that are obviously north-south, north-south. They're 4 inches long by 2 inches wide by 1 inch thick. This generator, after rectification, I get 1 volt per RPM out of it. So it's a very low generator. But the issue is I was intending on stacking 4 midnight controllers to this one generator, and I'm finding that that's going to be an issue. So that would have coupled onto the end of this shaft, and that shaft goes on this turbine frame here. Those 2 bearings bolt here and here. And then the blades would go out here. The generator would bolt in these 4 holes. And there's the tail pivot. It's a truck axle that I pressed in a machine fitting to put a bearing in my cutoff axle. So it's heavy duty. So I'm building a 10 kilowatt turbine, and what I'm going to have to do is build 4 axial flux permanent magnet generators. So that'll be 4 coil packs and 5 discs of magnets in order to run 4 controllers separately off one wind turbine. The blades are up there. They're 10 feet apiece. So that'll be my next build, is building 4 axial flux generators to go on this turbine. This is a yaw bearing. I've cut red cedar donuts as the bearing, and then that goes on to the tower section I've built outside. That goes on the end of this 5-inch, and it's got a rubber horse mat and 2 discs of UHMW. The top of this tower is about 850 pounds. I got it on a engine stand, so I was able to turn it and weld this pipe and all the gussets into it. And then that tower section is going to go on top of this tower. There's the axial flux there. So anyways, that's an update. It sucks that I built this generator, but we'll see what I do with it. Here's the coils and the axial flux that's up right now. They're 1.5 pounds, 214 gauge and 115 turns. And I wound those on this jig right here with the counter. So I'm going to have a lot of winding to do and some investment to buy these magnets and all the copper coil, but it will come. Alright, thanks. Bye.